Let whoever you're investing in, especially women, especially a person of color, their organization, let them determine what they should use those resources for and not have to give you a 30-page report every 2 months.
Yes.
Because then that's taking them away from the work. And also, Billy Bob, the white dude, you're not asking him for all of that.
Failure is inherent with founding a company, starting a company, building a company, but you just have to make sure that nothing is fatal.
Right.
And no matter how much advice you get, you just sometimes have to make those mistakes yourself to really understand them. I think the people piece is a big one, and then the administrative hurdle. Like, it's just so burdensome.
It is.
And it's costly. So it's like you have to either do it yourself or hire someone to do it at a time where you're just trying to make every penny work for you.
Yeah.
It's hard to justify putting it into legal and accounting, but then that catches up with you. So it's
totally
really a balance.
And then you're thinking, like, okay, do I actually spend money here so I have like freedom of time? Because as you know, as a founder, your mind is constantly racing. My mom, I appreciate her so much because I'll call her and I'm like, oh my gosh, I know these people are so upset. Like, it'll be like family or friends that like may not have heard from me for a little bit. She's like, I don't think they fully understand the fact that like from sun up to sundown and even in your sleep, you were thinking about decisions and you don't have anyone to lean on. And I have friends who do have investors and they're like, well, I like have to answer to my investors. And so either way, like, it's not smooth sailing.
Well, and I mean, this gets into a topic that I care deeply about, but what I think that it's highlighting is the fact that women are so severely underfunded.
Yes.
Black women, women of color, receive basically $0 from venture capitalists. And so we have to make these decisions that men don't have to make because they're getting money up front to allow you to focus on whatever problem it is that you're trying to solve and to really grow your business.
Totally.
And so for a decade of building Argent now, I've had to make all of these trade-offs.
Yeah.
And you do learn from them. You learn how to hire slowly, fire quickly. You can see the flags in folks. You don't force hiring decisions when you're desperate. You don't act from a place of desperation, but the list goes on and on and on and on. But I think it really does all boil down to money.
Yeah.
And this is probably the thing that I'm really going to focus my entire career on at some point. But educating consumers on deploying capital into causes they care about, values-aligned organizations, awarding our dollars to women as much as possible. And I mean, I'll just highlight like our relationship. We've worked with 1060 West Broad. If anyone has a project they're working on, they should work with you. It was such an incredible experience. We not only worked together in 2020, we worked together in 2022 again. And a partnership we did with Time's Up that you consulted with us on. I think, when women are writing books, like we talked about, that's also a vulnerable experience. Buy the book. Like, it's just they're really small things that we can do to help support one another in our own ways. And I think it really does come down to money oftentimes. I think a lot of what makes it so much more challenging for women, which people really don't understand, is we never have money.
No, we don't. And if we get money, there's so many stipulations around it, right? And like you get to a place of like, should I even like go after that investment or that grant or whatever it may be, because of this long rap sheet of things that I have to either prove or check in with them about. And it's actually even informed my advising to some like funds and foundations that like try to like disperse resources. I'm like, actually make that unrestricted. Like, let whoever you're investing in, especially women, especially a person of color, their organization, let them determine what they should use those resources for and not have to give you a 30-page report every 2 months.
Yes.
Because then that's taking them away from the work. And also, Billy Bob, the white dude, you're not asking him for all of that. They get millions of dollars to continue to fail. And if we fail one time, that can be catastrophic for the rest of a person's professional career.
I'd also like to rebrand that for women. Like, failure is a positive. It means that you're out there. Let's keep going. There are just so many things baked into society that are designed to make women shrink, you know, and shrivel up and just disappear into a corner. That's their objective. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I also think we all have a role to play in the money piece, because we all have, like, we are consumers. Like, we're deploying the majority of consumer spending, women, I mean. And so there are just other ways that you can support if you're not a venture capitalist, if you're not starting a fund, if you're not a grant, you know, provider. So I'm just gonna.
No, but I think that, like, you're bringing up a really good point, this piece about failure. Like, let's reframe it. I talk about that a little bit too in the book, of like, you actually, and it's so cliche to talk about like you only miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Well, we have to continue to take those shots. We have to have the confidence, or just even the courage, to continue to try over and over, because eventually you're going to get to that win.
And we talk, like, I feel like we talk the talk as a society where it's like, women don't ask for money. No, we do ask for money. We just have a fundamentally different experience. We get more pushback from men and women. So it's the same thing.
And women, that piece,
Yeah, but it's the same with failure, where it's like, it's great to fail. You should fail. And then when you fail, we just shame you. And so it's just, it's really about continuing to just sort of barrel through it all and ignore the noise, because failure is great for you. And it's exactly what we just talked about. It's what's made me such a better founder. And I had to live these experiences. But yeah, failure is just part of the journey.
It's also made me a better person holistically, right? Like, I try more. I'm more open in like my personal life. Like, there's just so many lessons that are applicable